We bought 2 Humvees at a government auction that probably should have been sent to the scrapyard. But instead, we are attempting to drive them 1,500 miles home, mostly through deserts and other middle of nowhere places that are hard to find parts or any real help in. But that's really what's made this trip so much fun so far. We spent our first 3 days in a Walmart parking lot fixing a transmission, only to lose high range the second we got back out on the highway.
It just got worse.
So we bought a tow bar, and we towed this thing to Vegas, only to destroy that tow bar the next morning. This was the final straw, so we decided to put the problematic Humvee in a storage unit and send Ethan off to see if he can finish what we started.
In theory, I'm meeting Patrick in St. George, which is actually like 2 hours away. Wow, I'm really ahead of schedule. Well, I'll start my journey. I got 2 hours of driving on the interstate, and then possibly detour through Moab still.
Well, good luck, my dude.
Thanks. I might need it.
We'll see you on the other side.
See ya at home. I'll meet you guys there.
Wait, that would be amazing.
Ethan set off to meet up with his friend Patrick in Utah. He builds awesome off-road campers at Elevated Overland and is stoked for a road trip like this.
Well, so far this morning's not going exactly great. I overheated again about 10 miles later. The other day when we were towing, it never overheated once. And now that I'm just steady highway cruising on the cool, crisp morning, it's overheating every 5-10 miles. My only hope at this point is that there was a big air pocket in there somewhere that was causing it to not circulate and overheat. Because if I can go only 10 miles at a time and burn 2 gallons of coolant for every 10 miles, the next 1,100 miles is not really gonna work. Unfortunately, I might be going back to Vegas.
With the coolant system failing just after 5 miles, Ethan was off to a rough start. We already have one Humvee abandoned in a storage unit in Las Vegas, so the fate of this Humvee is in doubt as well. But then...
Old Faithful, she's running like a champ. We've come to an agreement, this machine and I. We're making it home. We're making such good time that I'm actually gonna beat Patrick to St. George, which is where I planned on meeting him. But look at this scenery. It's a beautiful morning for a drive in a Humvee. Yo, how's it going? This machine tested me this morning. She was testing to see if I was worthy.
Really? What happened?
I got about 5 miles on the highway and it overheated.
Oh my God.
I pulled over, topped it off with coolant. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe it was just a little low. Made it about another 10 miles, boiled over again. Pulled the thermostat out and it was wide open. So I was like, okay, well, that's not the problem. I guess last ditch, I'll just fill it up with coolant again and try to bleed it a little better. And it's been totally fine ever since.
All right, well, I got 6 gallons of water, so.
I stopped at a gas station after that and filled up all my jugs, so I have 8 gallons of water too.
Great, we have 15 gallons. Everything plenty.
Yeah, should be good.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see you soon.
Cool, all right, we'll see you soon.
All right, here comes Ethan. Oh my gosh, that thing is an absolute unit. Let's go catch up. What you got there, dude?
Just a bit, eh?
Hey, how are you doing, Ethan?
Good to see you. I'm doing great, and so is Old Faithful here.
Old Faithful name yet?
Yeah, that's Old Faithful.
Old Faithful, okay.
You know, it's a very appropriate name because it's very reliable, but just like the geyser, it needs to let off steam very consistently and frequently. Actually, no, that's not true. It only did that twice, and now it's just been mint.
Good.
We're going over those mountains to Moab because cruising on the interstate's a little bit less than exciting. So, given the snow up there and my lack of windows, I'm gonna bust out the duct tape.
Absolutely.
Good last.
Everything. That is premium.
Right?
It doesn't get any better than that. be a pull off. Let's see what's going on.
She overheated just a little bit. I actually noticed the oil pressure gauge a little lower than normal before I noticed the temp. Because, you know, running hot, the oil gets a little thinner.
What did it get down to?
It was like between 30 and 60. And
Oh.
it's like 30, 60. But that's like, I don't know, it's not
Dude,
that
we're
low.
just...
Oh, nice.
So, we found ourselves on the side of the highway with a broken down Humvee. Just kidding. Just overheating just a little bit. Nothing too bad. We're like there. As soon as we Moab and we're done, there's probably 20 of these in Moab ready to give up parts for this.
Probably.
I guarantee it, man.
Hey, you said you wanted to have a moment out of your truck.
Dude, we're out of the truck and the scenery is great that way.
This is a great place to break down.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, is this like a sideways system where you want to park that side high on the hill?
I don't know. Last time I did it, I just parked it so that it was face down, nose down.
Nose
so
down.
Like this was significantly lower than that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's got a hose straight from here to there.
Yeah.
Straight from there to there, so it should be pretty good at self-bleeding.
I agree. We're gonna do what we can to limp this thing to Moab. And a
We're
better.
not gonna be limping, man.
Dude, you're right.
We're
This
just
thing
gonna be cruising.
cruising. You're right. You're right.
Old Faithful, don't besmirch her name like that.
You're-
She don't limp.
Yeah,
She just needs to stop and take a little break every once in a while.
I am mistaken. The engine is taking, you know, a few gallons of water, but we're about there. We're gonna fire her up and let her idle.
For a second.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's where the pressure's coming from.
Weird.
Yeah, I think there's just a giant air pocket somewhere in the engine.
And there's
And
also
it's just not circulating.
4 gallons of water later.
3.5, yeah.
All right, all right.
She's Old Faithful. She gotta blow off steam at regular intervals.
She's good. She's good. She's mad.
We're in a very scenic location. It'd be a shame to not get some crispy drone shots. Luckily, Patrick also knows how to fly a drone.
Barely.
Well, it's still loud as hell in here, but with the windows all duct taped up, it's nice and toasty. And the scenery out here is gorgeous. Oh, kind of looks like it might be snowing up ahead. Oh man, look at those big machines! Dang! We're making great progress on the way to Moab. Already done way more miles today than the whole rest of the trip combined. Looks like the boys made the wrong decision. They're missing out on all the best parts of this adventure. Oh, it's actually snowed a little bit. This could get interesting. Well, so far I'm still dry. Man, I'm really glad the windshield wipers actually work. That one's not super happy though. And now it's turned to slush. That's fun. That's good. And my engine's not hot enough to keep me warm in here. Yeah, this is exciting. Hey, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Literally, look at that. I mean, that was fun, but I'm ready to be a little warmer again and see where I'm going. Well, the rocks outside are turning red. That means we're almost to Moab. I think when I was assembled, they forgot to put in the fear of heights part. In Vegas, like, everybody's looking at this Humvee. Here in Moab, nobody bats an eye. Like, this is just totally normal behavior here.
Last night we got in late. There's the Hummer, there's my truck, there's our buddies Reyes and Deidre. They graciously let us camp with them last night after we could not find a campsite to save our lives. Everything we were going through was closed, or yeah, it was a nightmare. But we found a campsite. We're doing good. Ethan's still sleeping. I got up a little early. We're gonna probably find some coffee this morning, some food, and then go run some trails here in Moab for Easter Jeep Safari and continue on this journey. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today.
Good news for us, Reyes is a great drone pilot, and Patrick's brother Nicholas joined the guys to help out on the trip.
So the Hummer is running just fine, but you leave two mechanics with two smart cameras. We can't figure out how to shoot slow-mo to save the life of, but
Dude, I've used this camera so many times. Like, I don't normally film, but every once in a while, I went into the menus, finally figured out how to get it into 120 frames a second, and now it's not in manual mode anymore, so I can't change the freaking shutter rate or the aperture.
But if it was a TIG welder, let me tell you, we dial in those settings. This is pretty.
Pretending it's manual.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Oh yeah, she's having a good time. I'm testing a theory.
All right. Oh, that's it.
I was just testing a theory that if I just yanked that hose off, it would take a lot less time to depressurize.
It sure as heck
The problem
did.
is it's also relieving it out of that hose, which is not what I wanted to happen.
Can we go back in with the hose, or is that sketch?
This one?
Yeah.
Try. Yeah.
Cool. Woo, all right.
So far, most of this Humvee trip has been spent fixing the Humvees and not actually driving them. So we've been using Onyx Off-Road to scout out trails that we can hit when we finally do get them running and plan our route home with all sorts of cool off-road trails. And with Onyx Off-Road, you can download all your maps offline. So we have all of the Moab area downloaded because if we can get these things running, we're gonna go through Moab and hit some sweet trails on the way home. And probably our favorite trail we've found so far with Onyx Off-Road is Denver Creek, which is pretty close to home for us. And we did it in the K-Truck last year. So if you wanna check out that trail and any of the other trails we've done, just scan our QR code, it'll take you to that route and you can go hit some of the trails that we've done. Dirt season is upon us. Know which high elevation trails are open with recency imagery. Here you'll find aerial photography captured every 2 weeks. And this is the perfect way to get a sneak peek at snowpack for all of your epic high country trips. So scan the QR code or click the link in our description and download Onyx Off-Road today to check out all the sweet trails that we've done or check out some awesome trails near you.
This YouTube video is gonna be me filling up a radiator. Some ASMR right there.
My dad used to have a 76 Ford F-150 and he had 2 bumper stickers on it. One of them said no farms, no food because he was a farmer and a hippie, and the other said safety third.
Love me.
basically idled up that.
Yeah. Perfect. Money. Send it. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. I'll lock your hubs. Just one. Okay. It's gonna steer hard driver.
This is where I was trying to camp last night, but we're stopping for a minute anyway, so I can jump off a cliff.
Dude, you're crazy.
What you're gonna fly is this.
Yeah. Dude, what? Ethan, no.
Yeah.
Told you, nauseating. Dude, this like stresses me out sitting right here.
Yeah. It's also got a great echo.
Dude, you're crazy.
Okay, so I'm thinking that line we messed with is probably not helping, because that happened way faster than any other time.
Yep. And it's smoking in here. Oh boy.
It's just steaming a little bit. It's not
Right.
smoking.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, this is what it's like to hang out with a YouTuber.
I feel you, brother.
I guess here, everybody, watch out.
I said it too many times. It was going swimmingly, and it's not quite swimming anymore. We're more like floating along, not quite swimming anymore, but they were moving still.
To be fair, this last time we just randomly changed some hose routing, so like to have it overheat quickly was definitely one of the possible outcomes.
It was a possibility, absolutely.
It was either going to be better or worse. There were two hoses that went from the reservoir here. One went to this port and one went to this port on the radiator, and we decided to just do some really random experimentation and just loop this one to here, which does a... See, wait. The radiator is like not that hot.
So is it?
The bottom is cold.
Yeah, like
So that's a air issue, I guess.
air bubble issue.
It's a coolant circulation issue, which could be caused by an air bubble.
This is the most confusing cooling system ever. All right, go ahead and fire it up. What's the temp gauge?
160?
160. This is the only water jug we've actually put coolant into, though. I mean, I don't see how there could be much air in that system now. It's gonna be going uphill under power very slowly.
Okay, cool. I thought it was gonna pop the vent down.
So,
Oh no, put that back down. I didn't want to do that test right now. That was a theory about later. Right now I want to go hit the trail before it gets dark.
Fair enough.
let's send it.
We're not trying to test if we can run with everything right. We're trying to test if it doesn't overheat this time. So if we turn the heater on, that's something different than last time. That we can, like, that's something we can try later.
I guess fair enough, but
We're trying to test if bleeding it properly solves the problem. Because if you change too many factors at once, you don't know which thing fixed it.
do we really care what fixes the problem?
Yes, we care because it's a very reoccurring problem, and we're gonna have to solve it many times on the way home. So that if we get the most data, we can become the most efficient at solving the problem. looks like a strap, steel, something fell out from under the Humvee. Good. A strap, something that was holding something down fell out, but it doesn't look super important. What are you thinking? As we troubleshot it, we've come to the same conclusion of, I don't know. Yeah, basically. If I don't make it this next time,
Tail between our legs.
we'll come back next time.
Tail between our legs.
Tell it's getting dark, largely because of the traffic jams at that obstacle, and we continue to overheat. So we've made a pact: if we overheat again, or we can't make the next obstacle, which is just around the corner, we turn around. Walking up all this. So good. Like Z-turn, and this thing just walked up it like it was flat ground. I say we call that a win and quit while we're ahead.
Let's do it.
And more importantly, go back to camp and get some good sleep, because we may be stopping every 10 minutes all day tomorrow. Hey, that's why it got quieter.
It is.
Wow.
Oh, but
Yeah.
the thing
It's
on
a
the
radiator?
thing broke off.
Is that coolant? What is this?
What?
What is all over?
This
the
is all
place?
coolant. It's all water.
Is it from the radiator? Did we hit the radiator?
Oh no. Don't say it's the radiator.
I can't tell.
Don't say that.
I think we may have.
Yeah, I hit the radiator.
Tons of water. Was this on the last stop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is
on the last stop, we were just coming up with new theories. And I had noticed that right before we stopped, the fan like kicked on and off a few times while it was overheating. Like the fan went and then went quiet. Like it never goes all the way off. And so there's a oil line that goes to the front of it. I tucked that line off to the side and we went driving, and then the line bounced back into the fan and ate it, and then also bounced up into the radiator from the other side and poked a hole in it.
Wow.
I mean, why do I just have to
Dude, it happens. It happens.
It was a really fun day in Moab. We did some successful obstacles, did a lot of cool trails, and blowing up the radiator fan and poking a hole in the radiator because I didn't take a couple minutes to zip tie a line out of the way was a really stupid way to end the day. We'll get all that done tomorrow and then start heading home and hope for the best. But on the plus side, look at how good of a camping vehicle a Humvee makes. I've got a full-size cot and a full-size sleeping bag. I got plenty of room to stretch out in here. All my personal stuff, all inside. If it rains, I'll be, well, probably at least kind of dry. It's actually really comfortable in here. Despite all of the problems today, I still love Humvees. It's another beautiful morning in Moab. Time to fix this Humvee and get on the road before those spooky clouds become spooky weather.
We lost like 3 fins on the fan, a bunch of half fins,
And a hole in the radiator.
and a massive hole in the radiator. We're gonna try and see what parts we can scrounge up from town. Hopefully a fan, maybe a radiator.
It's Sunday in Utah, so.
Easter Sunday in Utah.
Oh, is it Easter?
Brother.
Oh, good! There's not a high odds that's open, so it might be a whole bunch. We do have a bunch of JB welds,
We do have 2 whole packets of JB
and we got
welds.
some really nice scenery and some cold wind, so.
And yeah, good attitudes. So let's get after it.
We were thinking maybe that roof tent would fit on this Humvee, because this truck is staying here while we drive to Idaho and back, and then they're gonna pick it up on the way home. So that we can have only 2
too big
vehicles.
of a convoy, yeah.
Exactly. So this was gonna go on Patrick's Tundra, but we figure if we can get it mounted to the Humvee while he's gone,
we're one step closer to being on the road.
Ahead of schedule, and then we have a roof tent on a Humvee. And we can all sleep right next to each other. That fits like it was made for it. Look at this. We got like 2 inches overlap there, 2 inches overlap there. We can still open the tailgate and get into it from the cab side. It's honestly, like you said, it's
a tonneau cover.
Just doing some workouts this morning. This line goes to the front of the fan and somehow actuates it. And so my theory was unplug it and see if it spins faster or slower. It seemed to spin faster. And I tucked this back in here, but it didn't stay. And then the fan ate it. And then the fan whacked it into there. This is a monument to my stupidity.
It happens.
I mean, yeah, it happens to all of us, but this was 100% me.
Dude, so mint.
And the tire fits underneath it. We already got
And
it
we can
bolted
store
down.
everything and nothing flies
Everything
out.
is way better than using 2x3s to mount it on your Tundra. So did the parts store just have nothing at all?
They broke off almost counterbalance.
Actually, they did. Kind of, yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's what we got. And what are you guys up to over
We're
here?
drying off the radiator, maybe.
Trying to catch the brake clean on fire?
Yeah.
You actually managed to set the brake clean and radiator on fire. I feel like at this point we're just doing this for entertainment.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. Most people would really not understand that there's actually utility to what we're doing right here.
It's so good. It's drying off good.
What's your methodology there, Batter?
Shove it in there and shove it good because this is our hope and our dream. And the only thing that stands between us and Idaho.
That and about 900 miles. We could build a new fan blade out of this.
I'm right, we could.
It wouldn't be very balanced though.
You know, between the three of us, we could.
Can't hurt. I mean, that's still like 1% of the whole radiator, so.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more we could do.
No. I think we start reassembling.
We have now got the radiator back in. We're going back together with the Humvee. Hopefully everything is smooth sailing and this radiator fix at least makes it as good as it was yesterday, which would get us, I don't know, 30 to 300 miles at any given time. We'll see how this goes.
Got the radiator back in I think less time than it took to take it out. We have the 3-man dream team of Humvee mechanics here. You can see this end of the quick disconnect is all broken, and there's actually like a piece of fan blade inside of it there.
Dude, gnarly.
So it just caught this and kept smacking it into the radiator, just wham, wham, which we did here. It's some sort of electronically actuated hydraulic fan thing. I don't even know what it does to that fan clutch, but the fan spins real fast without it plugged in. Well, that's what we want. The faster the fan spins, the better. Especially when it's missing blades.
Yeah.
And one of them's cracked.
We are down a few blades.
Yeah, we're down some efficiency for sure. But we still have a fan, and we have a patched radiator.
And some
dream.
good attitudes.
Good attitudes and a dream.
That's what we need to do. That's what we need.
And some mango juice.
What the heck are you doing?
We're parking it at an angle that's specifically calculated within 1/10 of a degree to be the optimal angle for bleeding all the air out of the system.
Sick. That should check out.
Yeah. That's the speed of our radiator leakage. I'd say that's pretty good compared to what it was.
I'd say so.
It's not perfect, but it might be enough to get us on the road for a while. Got her topped off with water, radiator's back in. You ready for a couple 100 miles of trouble-free highway driving in a Humvee?
Absolutely. Got fruit, got an iPhone charger, some sort of hearing protection.
I mean, it does say high-intensity noise hearing protection required.
I don't have that, but I have something. And my seatbelt's bolted in now, so that's a big,
It is, with
big plus.
4 bolts, no less.
Yeah, that was...
Mine only has 3.
Well, I'm glad you love me.
Made it 60 plus miles, didn't even show any signs of getting to operating temperature, let alone overheating. So that's a very good sign for the rest of the trip. Turns out, you know, Old Faithful, you just gotta have a little bit of faith in her and she'll treat you right, because we got like 900 miles to do, or 800 or something. We'll find a cool spot to spend the night along the way and then probably get home tomorrow, assuming things don't go wrong.
We go out for a beer, it's so clear when you're here, but we never get near enough. We drink and we dance, you don't give it a chance, does it really romance you feel?
Those clouds look a little menacing.
I'd say so.
We're gonna find out how waterproof she is.
I'm gonna say it's like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're pushing so much air, we might just create a pocket of dryness around us.
If you are not I'm letting you go.
Dude, we gotta stop at the Tesla dealership to service our Tesla.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Our new green Tesla.
Yeah, yeah.
You look a little wet, Ethan.
Most of that's oil from this morning, but yeah, there were a few drops.
Yeah, we were wondering how it's holding up.
Yeah, honestly not bad. It was basically dripping down a little bit right here, and then sometimes onto my knees, and then it was leaking a fair bit right at the back of the, like right here, because this is just open. So it was all blowing in there and dripping down, but there was nothing important there. So
Cool.
honestly, this trip is starting to feel a little bit unrealistic. If I watched this, I'd be like, nah, they broke that on purpose. Like, they did it for the story. No, we did not.
It was 10
Or
o'clock.
like, all
It
the
was-
overheatings yesterday were fake. No, not one of them.
No, and like it was 10 o'clock. We were just trying to do something to make the fan spin to get the extra 10 miles home.
Yep.
Like it had overheated twice on that 10-mile journey home.
Yep.
And we just destroyed it again.
Yep. And we JB welded it this morning and drove it, I don't know, 200 miles. It's never reached operating temperature. I was freezing back there because it went below the gauge.
How'd the tires handle?
They felt fine.
Really?
Yeah.
I was worried.
I felt one little like puddle hydro but nothing worse than any normal car.
Cool, dude. This thing's absolutely crushing.
Oh yeah, it's just cruising all day. We're leaving Salt Lake City behind us. Got a beautiful sunset, and we don't have cruise control, but we do have a throttle lock. So you pull this knob out, turn it to the left a little bit, and it's basically cruise control.
a single flaw mechanic.
Also, I hit 90 miles an hour going down a hill.
It was so scary.
Oh, yeah.
I was behind you. I was like, dude, if that tire explodes, I might die.
Also, we now have an overland Humvee with roof tent. We're at St. Anthony Sand Dunes, which is a place I've always wanted to come. And I've only ever been here in the middle of winter. So, in the morning, we're gonna get out of some shenanigans.
Dude, it's still like almost winter time. So
Well, okay, but it was like 2 feet of snow.
there's no snow.
Yeah.
There is snow though. There's snow right in front of the truck.
All right.
There is like a smidgen of snow.
But it's usable. It's usable. We're gonna sand it. We're gonna jump that. We're gonna jump this.
Extremely successful day.
Extremely successful day.
Man, that was the best night's sleep I think I've had on the whole trip. It's gorgeous out here. So Old Faithful does not want to warm up this morning. Honestly, she didn't want to warm up last night. It was running about 120 degrees from Salt Lake all the way to here. Up a big hill, we got up to 160 for a moment and then right back down to 130. So, this morning, I want to be warm. So I'm taking my Cliff Bar box here.
What is that, dude?
I already got one of them in there. I'm stuffing it between the radiator and the oil cooler pack. Also, I had this on there last night as a test, but that didn't do anything. It's like a blanket for your engine. Got air down so we can play around in the sand dunes a little bit. How'd you like that?
That was crazy.
Dude, I don't know what people are talking about when they say these things suck and are slow. I just came up a near vertical dune and jumped the top.
This hill is no joke.
Going down over this is fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look at your tracks where you're landing. Right here.
Yeah.
That's a what?
Also, jumping down it is fun too. Basically a straight drop.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from, especially the camera does not do it justice, but there is pretty much like, what, you'd say 10 foot almost straight down before it goes to the real dune?
Yeah, and that part is actually mostly snow. As you can see when I go through it.
You see that that's...
What a beast. Dude, this thing is so much fun in the sand dunes. It's almost like it was built for desert.
Almost. You go anywhere in the desert forever.
And we're headed home.
And the cardboard trick definitely helped on the radiator.
Got up to like 160.
Yeah,
It's
but
nice.
that's as high as we got. Just full throttle through sand for like an hour.
So obviously the cooling system decided it wanted to play nice.
Yeah.
Let's see what it wants to do on the last 500 mile stint.
Yeah, we have another 500 miles to go.
We gotta wait.
So that's easy. We did 450 yesterday and we didn't start till noon.
And
We're like
now we're
1.
starting at
11.
11. We at least have an hour.
Yeah, but we rolled in here at 9:30 and we have an hour time zone change in our favor, so we should be back to my place around 8.
Heck yeah.
Or even 7.
I'm so excited.
About to go up a big pass and we finally got to operating temp.
Yeah, a whole 190. So we're gonna pull one of the pieces of cardboard so we don't get too hot.
Yeah. Here, I think.
Oh, you completely blocked the radiator.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I say we leave the bottom one.
Okay.
Otherwise it might get too cold. Because she's not overheating, she's not spitting.
Our thermostat is working great.
Yeah, this is a manual Luna Bar and Cliff Bar thermostat. Well, what are we running at now?
Well, we took one piece of cardboard out and we're at 135.
Oh,
So warm enough for heat, but definitely not warm enough to where it wants to be.
yeah,
That works. We're moving forward.
what do you think of Montana?
Well, it's pretty neat by the looks of it. I've never been here before, so it does have a very big sky.
That's what they say. A giant lake that you probably can't see because the sun is too bright means one thing, 2 things. We're almost home and we're back in Idaho. Look at that view. Well, Old Faithful got us home.
Yo, we made it to northern Idaho.
We did.
Beautiful up here.
This is the farthest north either of you have ever been, right?
Yeah. Never
yeah.
been closer to Canada, eh?
Nope.
I know.
And Bjorn has opinions too. He's happy we're back. We all survived, except for one of the Humvees, which is still in Vegas. Stay tuned.